Once upon a time, in a village in Europe, there lived a wise and independent woman who knew a lot about healing herbs and midwifery. Because of her intelligence and outspokenness, she was often called a witch. And wouldn't you know it, one day some jealous or fearful neighbors, perhaps a rival or even the local religious leader, decided to get rid of her. So they accused her of consorting with the devil, and she was arrested and brought before a church court, or in some versions, a civil court. Now, during the 16th and 17th centuries, thousands of people were accused of witchcraft in Europe. Most of them were women, and many were tortured and executed, often without any real evidence of wrongdoing. The Inquisitors, or those tasked with finding and prosecuting witches, had full authority to arrest and try suspected witches. They believed that confessions could only be extracted through intense pressure and torture. And so they thought that this woman would be no different, but they soon found out that she was not like the other so-called witches they had dealt with before. When they asked her why she did not confess, she replied, "I have nothing to confess because I have done nothing wrong." When they pressed her further, saying that surely she must have said or done something that could be interpreted as consorting with the devil, she answered, "My words may be twisted, but my conscience is clear." The Inquisitors, expecting a confession, grew frustrated by her calm logic and dry sarcasm. They continued to question her for days, but she answered every question with the same level of polite defiance. In some versions of the story, she even tricked her accusers by pretending to be mad or by playing on the multiple meanings of words. For example, when asked if she knew the devil, she might reply, "Do you mean the one who tempted Jesus in the wilderness? I think I read about him in the Bible." All the while, she avoided giving any confession or making any contradictory statements. She turned the biblical and legal knowledge that her accusers thought would be used against her into a weapon of her own. As the trial dragged on, more and more people began to take notice. Some were in awe of her intelligence and quick wit, while others continued to believe her a witch and demanded her punishment. In the end, however, the weight of public opinion or perhaps pressure from a higher authority forced the court to either release her or dismiss her case. In some versions, she was banished from the town, but most likely she remained in the village where she continued to live out the remainder of her life. And so the tale of the witch who outsmarted her inquisitors became a local legend, a story told around campfires and whispered in the shadows. A reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit and intellect can triumph over fear and injustice. For though her story may have been lost to time, there are those who still remember and whisper her name.